Hi all, it's Callum here. I'm the DIY investing guy and this is my YouTube channel. I've done a previous video of my Freetrade portfolio. It was a preview video. I'd only brought one stock in that video, which was Deliveroo. I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm just going to put out there before we get started that I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not advising you on to buy or sell any stocks. These are just my personal picks. I've done my own research into them, and obviously I'm gonna go through them in a minute with you. Could I just say that there's a link in the description, so if you want to start investing, there'll be a link in the description of this video to open a Freetrade account. All you have to do is go to the link, open your account, deposit £1 in the account, and you should get a free share worth between £300 and £200 within the next week. Also, could I ask you if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future portfolio updates and videos, and like this video if you've enjoyed it, so to help the channel grow. All I'm going to just do in this video is briefly outline my vision for this portfolio, my plan for this portfolio, my strategy for this portfolio in 2021. I've started this portfolio to build positions in companies that I like, and I've chose Freetrade because the trading's free, so I can average into positions without incurring a trading cost every time I trade in and out of the portfolio. The main aim of the portfolio is it's a growth portfolio. It's going to be I'm going to be investing for growth, looking for growth stocks, but in a value investing style, basically meaning I'm going to be looking at finding them at a value prices. So like, as a value investor would assess whether the intrinsic value of the company was worth less than what the stocks was trading at. So if I can find a growth stock that's trading at less than its intrinsic value, that's great. So that's the main approach. So it's a sort of hybrid approach. So I'm sort of using a value investing style strategy, but looking for growth companies that I can invest in for the long term. And that's basically the approach. I'm only going to keep the portfolio quite concentrated between four, 5 and 6 stocks, and I'm going to just try and average into these positions over the course of 2021, and maybe move them over to my main portfolio at the end of 2021. I'm just going to go through the stocks today, what I've brought and what I've started my portfolio with. I won't go into too much detail in the stocks because I'm going to do individual videos on each stock. And then moving forward, portfolio updates, I'll be going through what's gone up, what's gone down, maybe the reasons for them going down in the short term, maybe the reasons for them going up, etc. This month I've deposited just roughly about £550 into this portfolio, and I'm currently £5 down. But when I first buy into any company, the stock price always goes down a little bit when I first buy into it, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I'm averaging into these positions. I'd prefer to be buying them at cheaper prices. Once I've got my holding, then I'd be happy to just leave it alone and let it grow. But while I'm averaging in, I don't mind the price dropping a little bit, because that means I'm buying it at cheaper prices. The first stock, and it's my biggest holding, is Alibaba. It's actually my biggest holding across all my portfolios, and I will be doing a portfolio update of my main portfolio this week as well. The company is Alibaba. It's basically a Chinese Amazon, and I've got about £250 in this position in my Freetrade portfolio. This month of April, I've brought 10. I'll show you on here actually. Go on here. Stock price is currently about 238. It did have a bit of a bump at the start of the week, but I was already planning on building a decent position. I had £50 in the position from last week, and when I had £200 to put in it at the start of the week this week, but then the price had already jumped up. But I'm happy to hold it at the price I brought it in. Overall I've brought 1.4393, just one and a half shares nearly, on an average price of £172.65, and I've only lost 29p on it at the moment, so it's not too bad. I'm quite bullish on this for the future. I'm bullish on China. It's basically a Chinese Amazon. So that's my first position. My second position is Tesla, which I'm also quite bullish on for the future, but obviously I'm not going to throw all my money at it. I'm going to average into this position, and I'm hoping to own one share in this in my portfolio by the end of 2021. And then I'll just hold it for 5 years. I have got a position in more of a portfolio of this also. I've got one share in my other portfolio of Tesla. I love Elon Musk. I love the company. I know it's priced quite high comparative to what its earnings are at the moment, but I can see a future in it. So I'm willing to put a small portion of my portfolio into this company over the long term. And if it gets cheaper, I'll buy a bit more. So I've currently got like nearly 0.2 of a share. So I'm not that far away. I'm about 1/7 of the way towards getting my full share of this portfolio. But if I average in, hopefully I can buy in at cheaper prices through the course of 2021. And on average price of £537 per share, so I'm happy with that one. My third stock pick is my UK stock pick. I'm quite bullish on this company. It's my favourite UK stock at the moment. I have done a stock watch list video on this previously, so please check that out. And I've brought 22 shares in this on an average price of £4.31, and I'm £1.68 up on this, so that makes a change that I'm up on a company that I've just brought into, and the value is just under £100, and I will be averaging into this over the course of the month, course of 2021. My third one is my speculative buy, and it's what I started off in my preview. I've doubled down on it a bit because the price has dipped a bit more since then. I put another £50 in, and I brought 36 shares of this at £2.73 and 64, or just £2.74 basically. And I'm 10% down on this at the moment. It's £9.59. I'm not going to be whacking the kitchen sink at this one at the moment. It's a more speculative buy, which I'll be holding over the course of 2021 and seeing how that goes and seeing how the company develops. Really, I need to do a bit more research into it, and it's not profitable at the moment. I've done a little bit of research into it, but it's one of them where it's not a sure thing, so I'm not willing to throw the kitchen sink at this and put large sums of money in one go. That's what the portfolio is for, really. And my final holding is Song Group. I don't know anything about this company. All I know is that it's a company admin company, and what it is I've got this because it was a free share that I'd got from somebody else opening an account with my login details. So that's what Song Group is. I'm going to sell this week and then obviously keep it as cash in my portfolio. I've got about £16 cash at the moment, so I'll have about £22 cash in this portfolio. Now, the main of this portfolio, I've said, is obviously to average into stocks and build positions in stocks and I can transfer it to my main portfolio at the end of 2021, my tax-free portfolio. But so how I'm going to do this is I'm going to be putting a minimum of £100 a month into this portfolio, and I'm going to split between four stocks. And these stocks won't be Tesla and they won't be Alibaba, because I've only got these because they're a bit of an overhang from my main portfolio, because I don't want to use too much of my cash in my main portfolio, because I want to keep that for other things, other investments in that portfolio. So obviously when I get paid, I'll put a bit in Alibaba and a bit of Tesla, and I can build the position slowly instead of whacking it all in one lump sum in my main portfolio over the course of 2021. So what I'm doing with Alibaba is I'm putting between £100 and £200 a month into the Alibaba stock, depending on the price. If it's on the high end of I'm doing a price range between $200 and $280. If it goes below $200, then I'll buy a bit more, but there might be a big reason for that. But so if it's on the lower range of $200, I'm going to be putting more, maybe the £200 in. And if it's on the higher range of $200, I'll only be putting £100 in Alibaba each month. Same with Tesla, I'm putting between £50 and £100 in. So if it's on the high end of £800, I'm going to be putting £50 a month in. And if the price dips between 600, 500, 400, I'll put a full £100 in and just average it in at lower prices. Tesla's a funny one. I'm willing to go to about £800. I have got one share in my main portfolio, but if it goes over £800 a share, I'm just going to let it ride out for a bit. I don't want to be paying too much for the stocks. So I'm kind of hoping, while I'm averaging in, that the stock prices are going to dip and there's going to be volatility for me to get off buying chances to buy them at cheaper prices. Then with Moonpig, Deliveroo, they're going to be two of the four stocks that I'm going to be splitting my £100 between. So that's the £100 for Tesla and the £200 for Alibaba is separate. So the minimum £100 put in this account is going to be split between four stocks. And Moonpig and Deliveroo are the other two stocks I'm going to be putting it into. I have got another two companies that I know I'm going to be putting in this portfolio, so that'll make up my 6 companies for the portfolio. But I'm going to be doing videos on them hopefully in the next few weeks, so I don't really want to be telling you what stocks they are at the moment, but you'll hopefully see them in my next portfolio update or future portfolio updates. So that's the plan of how I'm going to average into these stocks, and then hopefully I can move them over to my main portfolio as I've got once I've got a decent position size, and I can let them grow tax free then in the future. Because I'm planning on holding, well, Tesla and Alibaba are companies that I've got in my main portfolio, and I'm willing to hold them for years even to realise their potential. And that's really my portfolio. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's not really been in detail. There's my watch list, just some stocks that I've got on my watch list. It's a bit bigger than that. Yeah. Obviously, it looks like there's been massive growth in the portfolio, but most of it, as you can see, is straight up line. That's when I've been putting, just depositing cash into the portfolio and then buying the companies that I wanted to buy. I will be doing individual videos on each company I have in the portfolio. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed the video. It says £32 up since I began investing, but I did have an account earlier in the last year, and I was getting free shares in that, and just letting the free shares build up really till I withdrew the cash. I think it was December last year. So this portfolio really has been started from cash. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you had, smash that like button for me, please, just to help the channel grow. I'd subscribe to the channel for future videos and obviously help the channel grow. And hit the notification bell so you get notified every time there's a new video that comes on this channel. Remember that if you want to start investing, there is a link in the description of this video for you to check out. Open a free trade account, deposit £1, and wait for your free share to be deposited in your account. It can be between £3 and £200. So that's an option for a new investor. If you get the £200 share as well, you're going to be quite happy. It's a good start to your investing journey. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Until the next episode,